So I recently lost all of my gear in the end on my Minecraft server, and I thought what better way to cope with it than to collect every single music disc in the game. So I did my research. I found there were 21 music discs in the game, and Google AI said they were incredibly difficult to find, so they had to be incredibly difficult to find. Now each music disc was located in a different structure or mob around the map. Would I be able to find them? Let's see. Now I had lost all of my gear in the void, and some of these music discs are hidden in the most dangerous places in Minecraft. Deep darks, ominous trial chambers. I would need to re-gear myself to be able to survive. All the discs in Minecraft, there are two types. Those that can be collected from skeletons killing creepers, and those that cannot and need to be collected in other methods. Now I divide my discs into two different sections. At the beginning of my journey, I had collected 2 that could be collected from creepers and 2 that could not. I continued to gear myself up, and then I decided I would start with the ones that could be collected from creepers. Now 11 of the discs can be collected from creepers, 10 cannot. So I decided I might as well get those out of the way at the beginning. Now I started with this method of putting these skeletons and just going in a field. I got Stal here, which was my first music disc collected so far. Now I forgot to get a shield during this little outing, and I ended up getting in some pretty bad situations, as you can see here. Now what happened this night kind of drove me away from using this method to collect discs. There was just too many mobs, it was too dangerous, and I forgot to get a shield. So I decided I would make a farm that would help to automate the process. Now this is not my farm at all. I found this one on YouTube, and you guys can see it in the description so you can build it for yourself, but it was very effective, very simple. I went ahead and put a stray in here. These strays really like to run around. I lit up my place before just to improve spawning rates, but I went ahead, got him in there. Beautiful. He's stuck. Now I stuck myself here, which was pretty bad considering I knew how to get out. All I need to do is just use the pickaxe here, but it's all right. And here's my first creeper. So you get him in there, you draw him in there, and you open up that piston. You have the stray hidden, and he just shoots his arrows, and it's quite simple. Just a few arrows, and you get the first music disc. That one is blocks. 6 of 21 music discs. And so the process begins, just constant every single night coming back and doing more music disc grinding. And this night I ended up getting 2 pairs of the same discs, which was insanely unlucky. It is a 1 in 3,456 chance, as you can see from this little ChatGPT search. As far as my days went while I was using my nights to find these creepers, I sat at my iron farm and collected so I could get more stuff and get ready for that ancient city at the end of this video. I got my 8th disc, and I was moving fast now. The process was getting better. I was getting quicker with it. Here is the scary disc, 11. And oh boy, this was a pain to do. Sometimes, you know, you misclick. The guy in the YouTube video I watched to make the farm said it was gonna happen, and it happened many times. Anyways, we're back at the iron farm now. We're farming more iron. We're getting more of these. We're on 9 of 21. Make that 10 of 21. Beautiful. Now there's not much to say. I just kept going, kept getting more discs. This was another copy, but on this day, I ended up getting 2 more discs, which is honestly a great night for me. Back at the iron farm now, grinding more, and back at a nighttime. We got our 11th disc with this, and that's a copy. So this is the armor I've slowly been collecting. It's actually almost maxed out diamond armor, and boom! That's another 5 minutes gone. But look at all those copies of discs I have. I am so close. I only need 2 more from this process. Here's Strat. I don't think I recorded it on accident. Don't worry guys, I did not cheat that one. At this point I only have 2 discs left that I need. I accidentally put 11 in there twice, but here is 13, which is one of the last ones. And I decided to take a little detour here. We headed into the Nether to grab tiers, and look what I find. First chance. Oh, I miss here, and boom. That is unlucky. Luckily that feather falling 4 I put on my armor comes in handy, and here we go. That is tiers right there. First drop, first ghast. I don't know if that's lucky or not, but it felt lucky to me. 14 of 21 discs. It is feeling good. We're going to put that on the bottom because that's where those extra discs go. And look, That is Cat right there. Final disc. I was happy about that one. That grind took a long time to do. Anyways, now look at all these extra discs I've collected. It will only expand. Now I'm looking to find a trial chamber because there's 3 discs in the trial chamber that you can find, which is the highest concentration of discs out of any single structure in the game. Now for this situation, I used cartographers. To be honest, I did not use cartographers for much more of the structures in this game. Chunk base is just too tempting. Now each of the discs in a trial chamber can be collected in different ways. They can be collected from breaking pots, opening ominous trial chests, and opening normal trial chests. I decided to start with the ominous disc because it seemed like it would be the most difficult. Now, all of this footage is cut down a lot. These trial chambers took me about 6 hours to get these 3 discs, but you definitely could have done them a lot quicker. Some of the methods I used to try and get the discs were a little bit crude and pretty ineffective at times. But anyways, we find our first disc from the ominous chamber, and that is 16 of 21. Let's move on. Now we're looking for the pot ones. This one took me like 6 trial chambers. So you'll see a lot of footage of just me killing mobs because I went ahead and did some of the trials along the way. I looked in pot after pot after pot, and it took me so long. I ended up going back to my base. I ended up starting new projects. It took so long, but I just kept looking, and finally, out of an unmarked pot, I got it. I thought it had to come from one that had an etching on the outside, but I found it in an unmarked pot, and I was so happy. Now I just continued. Here's just some more footage of me running through these trial chambers fighting. This was an embarrassing moment, and I started opening up the normal trial boxes, and this took me a long time. Now I used this method where I thought I could find the thing in the rotating items in the side of the chest, but it was not an effective method, and when I saw it, I would already be too late. But here I found it. 18 out of 21. We are moving through these discs very quickly. Now this footage was about 14 hours of game time, cut down to around 13 minutes. So you're not seeing all of my tomfoolery along the way. A lot of the stuff I did was just dumb. A lot of the stuff in this farm that I tried to build was just dumb. But I went and found a zombie spawner because I was looking for the lava chicken disc, and I didn't know how I was gonna get a baby zombie on a chicken jockey, to be able to get the disc. So I went ahead and found a chicken and tried to bring it down to the zombie spawner I found underneath my base. Now I brought him down in hopes that I could like hang him from the ceiling or something and a zombie would spawn on top of him, but there's no way that was gonna work. I was lying to myself. Now it was a simple classic mob grinder, so I just kept on grinding. This was probably the longest section of my recording, and I was just messing with these chickens. It never worked. It had to be the most boring experience of my life. I tried to start a chicken farm, which ended up helping me later down the line in getting this disc, but right here, I was not doing anything effective. But I just kept on grinding. Every time I would see a baby zombie, I was so scared that I had accidentally killed the chicken. Now, as you saw, I'd killed 546 zombies so far. My estimation was that it would take around 800 zombies because there was a roughly 0.2% chance of finding a chicken jockey or one of them spawning without a chicken present. Now at this point I was getting bored. I found some stone diamonds, which was a nice change of pace, but I really was getting tired of this, and I was getting I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it. So I went ahead and decided to build a little soul sand water elevator because I just had nothing else to do. I was scared. Now at this point I'd killed around 800 zombies, so I thought I was getting unlucky. There was no way that I hadn't gotten a chicken jockey yet. 914 zombies. I tried to hang this one from the ceiling. Horrible idea. And so the grind continued. It just kept on going. And eventually I came up with the idea that would be my saving grace. I got every single chicken I'd been farming for the past 6 hours and brought them into this chamber and just started killing the zombies manually. I turned out all the lights and just left them in the bottom. And this lasted for a long time, and I hoped I would find one eventually. But luckily enough, one day I turn around the corner, and what do I see? A baby zombie had mounted one of the chickens. This is one of the happiest moments of my life. This will be the happiest moment of my life, likely. And I got that disc. Now, I went ahead and looked for the trial chamber. I definitely didn't use chunk base to find this one, but this is a simple one. It only took me one trial chamber, just a few little swipes of suspicious gravel, and here we find it on our like 5th suspicious gravel, which is pretty great. And now I only have one disc left, but I'm gonna go off to the side and do a little mini project. I decided I want to build a little highway out of blue ice, and I had so much access to ice, but it really wasn't that much faster. Anyways, little fun break for me out of the way from filming, and now I went straight back into the grind. So now I was gonna head to an ancient city to get my final disc. I have all of the voice recordings from this little experience, you could call it, in the ancient city, so I'll leave it up to my past self.
Chest like a freaking loser forever, or are you gonna come find me?
Oh my god. Okay, I have 6 music disc fragments. Okay, good.
How many?
I really want them to drop, like...
Sure, dude, just go ahead.
I survived. Alright, go. There was nothing.
Hang on.
Be prepared to witness some of the worst Minecraft you have ever seen in your life in this upcoming clip.
I want to kill him. He definitely sees us. He's walking towards us as we speak.
Wait, can he come up a ladder?
No way, right?
Oh my god.
Oh my god, he just slimed you, bro. He's chasing you. Oh.
That was a painful watch, even for me to see looking back. Anyways, he went and he found my stuff, but sadly he wasn't able to get all of it because right in that instant, it all despawned, half of it. But he was able to get my helmet, and somehow he was able to get the rest of the fragments. He had collected some himself, and there we go. The final music disc. I was buzzing. I got 21 music discs, and I decided what better to do than play them all at the same time. Thank you all for watching. I played them all at the same time so I wouldn't get copyrighted. Please subscribe, like, and I will see you next time. Let me know if you like this kind of laid back narration, and I'll see you guys next time.